All right, so today working on a new project. Going to build a kitchen table. So what I'm doing is I'm making the base out of steel, and then I'll get all these glued laminate table. It's not plywood, it's solid wood, but it's like 3-inch strips by 20 millimeter thick, all glued up, all finger jointed and stuff. It's about the best thing that I've found so far. Hardwood, a solid wood would just be way too expensive. Be super nice to have like a slab table, but um, they're just thousands and thousands and thousands of baht, 16 to 25,000 baht, and for the size I need, it would probably be over 20,000. So this is what I'm doing. This is the side, and then this here is going to be the long. So I'm making the table's going to be 200 centimeter by 80 centimeter, and then I'm making benches to go on both sides, and they'll be 38 by 200 benches. And then what I'm going to use is I got some 1.5-inch square tubing right there. So what I'll do is I'm making all this out of 1 inch, but this is 1.5 inches. So I'll make little squares, basically make 3 squares per bench, and then just put those underneath for the legs, and that's all it's going to be. And maybe put like one of these 1 inch to tie all the legs together, and then screw them into the bench bottom. So that's the plan. So here's the first one welded up, and getting a little better at welding. Rather than try to grind that all and get that all perfect, what I may do is just get some Bondo and put in there. Nobody will ever see this, but just to make it a little bit nicer, put a little Bondo in there. Even got the edges sealed up pretty good. So getting a little bit better at this welding thing. So these are uneven. So as you can see, if you look closely, you can see that gap. Even when I close it up, there's a little gap there. So that's a little difficult to fill with the MIG welder, but it's getting easier and easier the more experience I get. So yeah, I'm gonna get rocking. I actually remembered to do a video, forgot to do a video until I was almost done with that one. I said, well, this would be good. Trying to do YouTube, let's film it. So okay, I'll get you set up, and I'm just gonna do time lapse. You don't need to see welding too much. Sides in the middle, and then we'll come back and hit inside that. And then I can do these edges here all in one pass, just real lightly and fast, just to fill them in and seal them up, and that works pretty good. So yeah, I'll just keep on rocking. I'll show you when it's finished. I'm still more of a professional grinder than a welder, but it'll hold together. And I'll clean up these sides, and then I'll come back and I'll do the top and bottom, and then I'll come back and hit the sides once I get everything else kind of cleaned up and make sure the top and bottom is done. And that's it. So that's one side. Now I just gotta grind, and I think I'll first weld the other side. Guys are setting up the lights, getting ready for the temple party. But they do it, they got a rope right there. Tie a rope on it and pull it up with the rope. Stay on the ground. They do it all by hand. They do everything the hard way. So they'll have lights and stuff on. That's the trucks. Got all the lights on it. Big guy on the ground, of course. That's me. This is Uncle's shop. This is Chili. I call him Chili because he's always sitting on the freezers. I don't know this one. I don't have a name for that one. There's cats everywhere here though. Alright, got the two side supports kind of rough sanded. I'll go over them again with the Scotch-Brite and get them all smooth before I paint them. But they came out pretty good for me anyway, and for everybody that's around here looking. It's not the best welds in the world, but it's good enough for me. And nobody will ever know unless you come here and visit. If you're one of the 4 people watching this video and you come here for a visit, then you can complain about how bad my welds are. So, but yeah, it's good enough. I mean, it looks like it's there, but it's holding together. So I could get fancy and put some Bondo in there, but that paint's so thick that it'll cover most of that up, and nobody will ever know anyway. But these are the sides, 2 sides and 2 ends, and I'm going to build it out of 3 by 1.5 2 mil thick, which is fairly heavy steel for here. So I got to go to Pitt Santa Look to get that. This stuff I can buy locally, but I want to build it a little bit heavier. This is like 1.6 mil, which would be plenty heavy enough, but I really want this thing to have a little heft. So if you bump it, it takes a good bump to move the table. So the legs will be the weights, and then I'll cut 45s on these. I'm going to put the legs at a 45 to the table itself. So these will the ends will be cut at 45 and weld to the leg. And then what I'll probably do is just take some of this, I got some flat stock here. I'll cut those in, 3-4 inch strips and tack those to these guys. A couple strategic places, and that'll hold the top on. And instead of buying a thick slab, what I'm going to do, these sheets of plywood come 20 mil thick, so I'm going to glue glue and screw 2 of that together, so it'll be 40 mil thick. So that'll be a nice heavy duty. I mean, it'll be same thickness as this stuff here basically when I'm done, and then I'll route a nice edge on it. And so that's going to be all 6,000 baht, so $200 for the wood and for that steel most likely. That'll be the wood for the benches, for the table, and I'll have some left over for other little projects that I got around here, for some shelves for my welding cart and good stuff like that. But I haven't had a massage in a long time, and I can barely hold on to that grinder. It's a good thing I don't have to work for a living, because I would be a bitchy son of a gun today, because I am hurting. So I think that's it for today. I don't know if we're trying to get a massage appointment in Pitt Santa Look, so I don't know if we will go there today or tomorrow, or when they can get us in. Never been to anybody in Pitt Santa Look, so I need somebody really strong, which is hard to find. and I don't want to drive all the way and have the expense of staying in patio for a night or two and all that brings. So, all right, well, I'll give you an update if I get some more done this week. I got to start cutting some other steel up, but my hands are hurting today. All right, so it's Saturday morning, December 16th. So yesterday went to Tai Watsuda and got the plywood. Not plywood, but this is solid wood, but it's put together with finger joints and glued, just different strips. It's about the best thing you can get for the money here in Thailand. So this sheet was 1,450 baht, so it's almost 50 bucks. About 43 really, I think, is what it comes out to be. But it's 20 mil thick, so maybe close to 3/4, a little over 1/2 inch. So I got 3 sheets of that. So that's going to be 2 benches, long ways, and then table in 2 sheets. So I'll have about half of 1 sheet left over. Then I got all the hardware, and I got the rubber feet. So these are solid little rubber bushings that go inside the square tube that I'll show you here. And then for the benches, I got these little feet that slip on the square tubing there. Got all the hardware that I needed. Picked up some files. I needed a rat tail file, but couldn't find a good one by itself. But here's a 3-pack. Don't know how good they are. Got some cheap paintbrushes. Picked up a Stanley circular saw. It was on clearance because it was a display model, but it looks okay. So it was quite a bit cheaper because I used that one on the cinder blocks, and it got dropped once, so the bottom plate is out of square and it's pretty scratched up. So this one will be for wood only, that one will be for masonry. That was about 60 bucks, which is pretty high price for what it is. $39, $49 one in America. Got some wood glue, a couple other little odds and ends. Went to the old Home Pro and got all that stuff. I just swung in, and it's over here now. Got some little accent pieces for my table. Just so they had all kinds of little metal doodads and decorations. So I picked up these little metal pineapples I'm gonna weld like right into there, just for a little extra. Nobody will probably even see them, but I'll know they're there. I get a laugh out of it. But here's a square tube. So I cut it at the job, so it's quite a bit thicker than, that's 2 mil thickness. And this is for the bench, so that's about a 1.2 thickness. This is my helper for today. Mitten's always got to be in the middle of everything. So yeah, I got borrowed Uncle's saw, so I'm gonna get to cutting and then I'll get to welding. So a busy day today, and it's gonna be a hot one. All right, everybody, Sunday afternoon. There's the table, kind of tack welded. I need to go through and clean up the welds and grind and kind of just finish stuff up. Got the little pineapples installed there. Got 2 on each side. And then this is my frame for my bench. Probably be something like that. So there'll be 3 of those per bench. So yeah, now I gotta weld some. I'm gonna weld some flat stock here, and that's where I'll bolt the table on from underneath, and maybe put one brace across the side here. So put a brace across the middle maybe. This is pretty stiff already, but it won't hurt, and I've got plenty of stock sitting here. So yeah, I think I'll do those 2 things and then we'll be good to go. So there's that, and then finish up this video. I'll take you over and show you one more thing. Oh, and the condition, this 2 days worth of leaves fallen. So these damn teak trees leaves just make a mess. So this kind of a last minute development. Evidently the people that we are piggybacking up on their electric meter, and we use less than 100 baht just to pump water for our house every month. We were giving them 300 baht, but evidently they don't want us to do that anymore. So Goy and Uncle went to the power company, and they will come over here and set us a meter. So we had to set this pole right here, and we just had that one laying around her mom's house. And then I got another hole dug right here for an additional pole that the electric company is going to bring for us. And then we'll have a actual breaker box with the safety breaker, ground fault interruption kind of thing, and an outlet in there. And then the yellow one there is our pump. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this pump and take it to the house where the tank's at, and then I'm just going to get another pump that can just, it doesn't have pressure sensor or anything, and it's a lot cheaper. And instead of having this line pressurized all the time, I'll just have it to transfer water to the tank, fill the tank, and maybe once a day we have to fill the tank. So I'll turn that on. I think I've said it 3 or 4 times already here. So I'll fill the tank up, and that'll be good. So it'd be, I don't like leaving that pressurized all the way. That's 100 meters of pressurized line, and I can't keep track of it. And if we get a leak, it just runs and runs and runs that pump. So I don't want to keep doing that. And the people said they didn't want us on it, even though they probably made, 200 baht a month off of the deal. I didn't want to argue with anybody, so it was more than fair. And it is what it is. So Goy's actually paying for the meter and the breaker unit, and I did all the work. And so yeah, she kind of kicked in on that, which this month I've spent a lot of money, so I'm kind of out of money for the month. So she gets her salary from me, so she kind of kicked in a little bit this month, so I appreciate that. So little restaurant's open for business. Monk on a motorcycle. It's the heat of the day, so everybody's just chilling. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you guys have a good holiday. We don't do holidays here. Christmas is just another day here. So, bah humbug for me, but happy holidays to you guys, I guess. So, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. I don't care if you like and do all that stuff, but drop me a note, say hello. That's about it. Take care.